Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my live stream. Yes, it's New Year's Day. First sunset of 2024 is happening, and just as I turned on the camera because I thought it was going to be a spectacular sunset, I should say sunset. It just poked behind the clouds. Jesus. What the hell? We might as well just do a quick one. Say hi to everybody. Happy day, GH. What's up, Richard? How are you? KS Music. Happy New Year, Ope. Happy New Year right back at you. Tom Taylor, what's going on? We got Calvin. You suck ass, Opie. Thank you very much. Looks like 2024 is going to be a lot like 2023. Let me get rid of that clown. You're a clown. What's up, Scott Watson? We got Lisa Connor. We got Gail Knight. Hi. Oh, no, Grail Knight. Mike Bergen Jr. Afternoon, brother, man. What's up, Michael Bergen Jr.? I figured like everyone's just laying around after New Year's. There's nothing on the TV because it's a stupid Monday. They don't have any specialty program on really, unless you're into the Winter Classic. And then me and my son were flying a drone all over the goddamn place, and the sun was setting beautifully. I'm watching the sunset from, I don't know, 200 meters above my head. And I'm like, you know what? Battery power on his drone went. I'm like, I'm going to live stream this beautiful sunset. And like I said, as soon as I turned it on, it poked behind those clouds behind me. Oh, you got to be kidding me. What's up, Bob? How are you, brother? Happy New Year. Dirty Delish. Happy New Year, Ope. What's going on, Dirty? Happy New Year. Doodle. What's going on, Doodle? And Robert Spahn. Happy New Year, brother, man. Happy New Year right back at you. Vivek Sharma. Happy New Year, squad. Happy New Year. Grail's in Brooklyn. Grail Knight. What's going on, man? I was debating jumping in, do a little polar plunge, but hey, I mean, and I have no excuses. The waves are perfect for a polar plunge right now. They're nice and smooth, nice and easy. I guess it's not too late as long as I get the polar plunge in before the day's over, right? I think so. And you are frozen. Are we frozen? Mr. Ope, what's going on, John Christopher? Gail, what's up? Happy New Year. Am I frozen for real or first block of the year? Nah, I didn't block them. I mean, we're going to deal with a lot less of that garbage in 2024, don't you think? What's up, Steven? Happy New Year, brother. KS Music. I'm dying hungover watching the Winter Classic NHL game. Yeah, man, everyone's just slow and sluggish. We did all right, man. We had a glorious filet mignon roast. We had mashed potatoes. We had grilled asparagus and grilled peppers. And then we had a very berry pie. And then we did board games. Didn't really drink that much. Then I watched Ryan Seacrest bore the hell out of everybody. He makes believe he's like a party. He's a party master, isn't he? He stinks. And then you got the Andy Cohen and the Anderson Cooper. Like, the only thing that made that fun was them getting drunk. And now it's obvious they pulled way back on the CNN host getting drunk on New Year's. So you didn't get to see that crap. And then, you're trying to compete with the stupid Ryan Seacrest, who's getting every big celebrity possible, every big music guest possible. And then what does CNN do? They throw Paul Anka at you. Paul stupid Anka. I love Mr. Anka. But, he ain't going to get the job done if you're trying to compete with the rockin' New Year's Eve with the stupid Ryan Seacrest, right? Tim Kaine, looking forward to Opie Radio 2024. Hart played in Winter Classic. Old people. There you go. Go Bills, right, Tim Kaine? Turns out, I guess we got to beat the stupid Dolphins to get into the playoffs. I thought we were sort of in it, but it comes down to the last game of the season. Bills win. They win the division there, and they're in the playoffs. But if they lose, there's a very good possibility they're not in the playoffs. That's crazy. And they barely got past the Patriots yesterday, but they got it done, I guess. Brian Bernard, what's up, Open Squad? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Bernard. Hope you had a good night. We got Jamie Lynn. We got Andy Vollen. What's up, Andy? How are you? Ken R. I just want to say Happy New Year to all my regulars, I guess. I guess that's what we'll do with this live stream because I swear to you, I'm like, New Year's Day, sun is setting over the ocean. I was up, the drone was way up in the sky and it just looked spectacular. And then, of course, it poked it poked behind those clouds. Oh my God! Didn't drink last night, but I indulged in the edibles enough for the whole neighborhood. Oh, you went hardcore with the edibles. Damn. I only do a little touch, a little taste. I'm down to just a little taste every once in a while. Ride the Browns wave through the wild card. Flacco is so dialed in. Yes, he is. I want to see the Browns do very, very well in the playoffs. I don't want them doing better than the Bills, but, as soon as the Bills, I don't want to say it like this, but let's just say, the Bills are knocked out, then I'm going Cleveland Browns all the way to the Super Bowl. You got that right. Even past your Eagles, I'm not an Eagles fan, but yes, Browns all the way if the Bills are knocked out. 100%. Water temp is 40. It's 43 degrees, Mr. Tibbs. Yeah, my New Year's Day started off really, really sad, and not sad in any dramatic way. It was something I saw on the beach. This morning I woke up at like 7:30. That was me sleeping in. New Year's Day, I woke up at 7:30. That's me sleeping in. My kids stayed up way later than I did. I think they stayed up till what was it, 6 o'clock? They made it to 6 o'clock. So as I was waking up, they were only in bed for an hour. You were supposed to go on MLC last year. When will we see you on MLC? We are waiting for the epic appearance. I don't know, Doodle. I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm sure if the opportunity is there, I guess I would do the MLC, sure, but I'm not really thinking about it as I sit here on the first day of 2024. So walking doggy this morning about at that point it's probably about 8 because I grabbed a cup of coffee or two, and all of a sudden I see this thing flopping on the shoreline, and I'm like, is that a fish? And then I got a little excited, like, is that a fish that got knocked out of the ocean? Because every once in a while, a wave will just take a fish right out of the ocean. It'll be flopping around like crazy. And I'm like, if that's a fish flopping on the shoreline, I think I could fish New Year's Day. That'll be awesome. So I was a little excited, And then I got closer and closer. And wait, Nate, 2024 already sucks. My grandma died 20 minutes ago. Thanks for the laugh, so Jesus, Nate. I don't have anything in front. Oh my God, I'm really sorry to hear that, Nate. Wow, that just fucking blows, huh? All the best to you and your family, Nate. That no words. It just stinks. I'm not gonna be the guy like, oh, no, it just stinks. That's what you tell people. Yeah, it really fucking sucks, but it will get better eventually. That's what you should tell people. Sorry, really sorry for your loss, Nate. No one replaces Dick Clark. That's right, Andy Vollen. So this thing's flopping on the shoreline. I'm thinking it's a fish. If it's a fish, I get to do some fishing New Year's Day. I get closer. It was a seagull. And its right wing looked like it was almost ripped off its body. I mean, it was still on his body, obviously. And there was a little bone sticking out. There was a ton of blood, and he's looking at me like, "Help me!" And I'm like, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do," because he looked completely healthy. Besides that, and I'm trying to figure out how did he wreck his wing this bad? It was just bloody in the crease here, with a little bone sticking out. Did he have a crash landing? A lot of these birds, they float around in the ocean, so maybe something popped up from below, maybe, and bit him. I have no idea, but it was just laying on its back, completely healthy. Besides that, I'm like, this thing is done. This thing is absolutely done. And I walked down the beach. I took a couple pictures, and I sent it to some people out here that I know that they try to rescue some marine life, but I'll be honest with you. If it was a seal, if it was a turtle, they would literally fly a helicopter in to save a seal or a turtle. But because it's a seagull, That's like a rat. Like if you saw a rat like really injured on the side of the subway tracks or whatever, there no one's saving the rat. Dennis Leary told us a million years ago, we only care and take care of the cute animals, and the seagull is not in the cute animal category. Like I said, it was if it was a seal, a turtle, maybe a cuter bird, they would have come running. But the people I wrote, they're like, damn thing's aft. No one's coming out, especially New Year's Day. I'm like, are you serious? And at this point, I'm down the beach because I'm just like trying to figure out what to do. And then I'm like, am I gonna have to get the shovel? For the people that know, they know. Um, I was thinking, I think I might have to get a shovel and put it out of its misery because it's just aft. It's just aft. So then we start walking back toward the thing after our long walk. I knew it was safe because no one else was on the beach. I mean, literally nobody. I didn't see a soul this morning. And got closer, and I'm like, is that SOB walking? It finally got off its back, and it's walking, but it's, a seagull's wings are kind of like this when he's not flying. This thing was like, just like this. He's just dragging the wing behind him. I'm like, oh my God. But he was walking. I'm like, okay, all right. And then I saw, I believe it's in their nature. I really do. All of a sudden it just takes a slow walk to the water, dives under a wave. Because it, like I said, it was really healthy, except for this really effed up wing. Dived under a wave and then floated away. And I think he knew, or she knew. It knew. And it's like, well, I'm just going to float away. And then I just watched on the shoreline. Did I get a little teary-eyed? Yeah, I did. Do you need to know that? Because I did. And I watched this thing just float slowly away until I could barely see it. I'm like, oh my God. And I really feel like it knew. It knew. And it was like, well, this is it. I might as well, just float away. And that's how my morning started. It was a bit horrific. Scott K with the $4.99. Oh my God. You're the first. If you were watching yesterday, you know what I'm about to say. Scott K, you are the first super chatter of 2024. Thank you, my brother. Happy New Year's, Mr. Hughes. Happy New Year right back to you, Scott, with two T's. I like the Scott with two T's. That's how my brother spells his name, Scott with the two T's. My whole family, we had double vowels. My mom was obsessed with the double vowels. We all have double vowels. That's why I'm Greg. Two G's at the end, like Greg Allman. Because my mom was obsessed with the two vowels in everybody's name. Good afternoon. Expect more in 24. What the hell does that mean, Stan Davis? Dude, Dappy Do Year, Dick Clark, top 25 moment in my mind. Effing dying, remembering that S. Wheeling out zombie Dick Clark, laughing my... Yeah. I mean, yeah. And the best part of the last couple of years with the Dick Clark was Ryan Seacrest just licking his lips. He couldn't wait. To take over for Mr. Clark, who was an institution who knew how to throw a party. Ryan Seacrest could get his hair did. He could get the nicest tux known to man, but he is a bore. And then he's like just surrounded by all the most talented people in entertainment. So how could you fail with that gig? And then CNN, you got Andy Cohen and, Anderson Cooper. They have way more personality. And I'm not a fan of Andy Cohen, but I got to admit he has way more personality than that stupid Ryan Seacrest. And they get their asses handed to them. And then CNN's like, well, the one thing that is working every New Year's for CNN is watching Anderson Cooper take these shots of alcohol and making crazy-ass faces. So we're going to take that away. And you might say, no, I saw him do a shot. Yeah, it was like, I think they let him do like 2 shots on camera. But what made that show work in the past was every hour he's just slamming shots and he's getting a little buzzed. You could tell he's drunk. That's what made that so much fun, and they took that away. Of course they did. That's what management does. That's their job. Their job is to figure out everything that is working for you and your radio show or your TV show, and they take it away because they, I guess, want to see how talented you are and if you could adjust and adapt after they take all the good stuff away. Robert Spahn, sorry to hear sorry to hear about your loss, Dave. Absolutely. Everyone is giving condolences in the chat. My grandmother helped raise me. I know how close that bond is. Yeah, man, that just that blows. That just blows. Yeah, the shovel. I felt like I was gonna have to take the shovel to the seagull. But then miraculously, he's walking around like crazy, but he's like, I can't fly anymore. He knew he was effed. That wing was like this. It was just hanging off his body. And then I just saw it in real time. I'm like, this thing knows. And he's going to go out with dignity instead of laying on the shoreline and have a dog, have at it or something else. So he just walked into the ocean, dove under a wave, and floated away. Like he just knew. I should have let Doggy have it. God, no. No, Scott, what's wrong with you? I like my animals. I'm a big fan of animals in general. Doggy didn't want anything to do with it. He didn't even come close. He was like, this is creepy. This is creepy. Actually, Doggy was thinking it's not dead yet because as soon as something's dead, then Doggy's like, this ain't creepy anymore. And then he rolls all over the damn thing. Oh, my God. If you have a dog, you know. What are you rolling all around like a lunatic? Oh, my God, you're rolling around a dead fish. But if it's still alive, he didn't want anything to do with it. Nah. 49ers will win the trophy this time. 49ers. The NFL playoffs are going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, the Eagles are faltering, but they'll get their shit ready. They'll be right in there. I mean, they got bored. They were doing so well that they had to have a little bit of a drop off. Like to see the Bills make the playoffs. 49ers are crushing. The Browns are crushing. Baltimore, the Ravens are crushing. Who else? Who else would you put in there? Kansas City. It's gonna be a lot of fun though. I can't wait. Oh God, playoff football. Is there anything better than playoff football? I don't think so. What's up, Ope? Happy 2024, brother. Thank you, Craig. Right back at you. All right, right back at you. Ope, you should play a few clips of Dick Clark's last few years on Rockin' New Year's Eve. He had a stroke in 2004, so 2004 to 2012 are the money shots. Yeah. I kind of grew up. I don't know if I would find that as funny as I used to. I don't know. It's just tragic. I don't know. All right. Good for you, Jacob. It's a hell of a way to start your new year. Right on. You killed Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Oh no, I didn't do anything. It was just on the shoreline, Jerry. I read the Jonathan Livingston Seagull. That was one of those books, man. If you want to be known as a reader, you read Jonathan Livingston Seagull, man. I forgot what it was about, though. Man, my retention stinks. Or then again, maybe I read the book a million years ago. Christmas Day was 4 years sober for me. It is still strange celebrating New Year's with no booze. Totally worth it. Sobriety is beautiful and life-changing, but still strange. LOL. Right on, Scott K. Congrats on that and keep going. I don't know if it's weird. Like, I'm not a big drinker. I because of the Tuesdays at Get Parts, I drink a couple of beers every Tuesday with my friends, and then I purposely don't drink the rest of the week. I had one celebratory what did I have? I had a Founders IPA sessions, and then I made me and my wife a margarita, and the margarita maybe had a shot of tequila, and I didn't even finish that. I was just like, I'm good. So I think it's easy not to drink, especially. I mean, look, you obviously have gone through some stuff, Scott. So I'm generalizing. I think it's easy not to drink on New Year's because it's such an amateur night, man, for a lot of people, right? I don't know. I certainly had my share of New Year's where we got it on. Double consonants, not vowels. Oh, did I say vowels? Oh my! Did I ruin my whole rap? Yeah, my mom. Oh, my mom. Oh God! Of course, Scott. He loves correcting my grammar. That's probably why we're friends, Scott, because my grammar stinks, and that's your thing. You found somebody you could really correct, and that would be me. Yeah, my mom loved the double consonants, of course. Of course, it was consonants and not vowels. Of course. Hi there, Ope. What's up, Ted? How are you? Good to see you. Dick Clark had to be dragged through at least 5 years of rocking New Year's Eve. I used to DVR it and play it for house guests, laugh hysterically like a 6-year-old. It was terrible. Obviously, Dick Clark was not loved. What? Yeah, obviously, Dick Clark at the end of his life was not loved because they kept throwing him in front of the camera like that. He was in no shape or form to be in front of the camera. And then after the stroke, if I remember correctly, he spent a whole year trying to relearn how to speak and to relearn counting from 10 to 1. That's what he did for his whole year. And I guarantee it was his family with a whip because they wanted that money train to keep on rolling all night long. Mike Frattini. Now Seacrest is going to replace Pat Sajak. Of course. Give Ryan Seacrest all the boring jobs. Of course. Give him Vanna's job too. So he could run and just touch letters and then they could, appear. Ryan Seacrest. Oh my God, he drives me nuts because he's so freaking boring. But that's what management loves. These big corporate companies, they love boring. They could hire you and then they could go out to their, Hamptons house, or they could ride in their helicopter. And they know, they don't have to worry. When you hired Opie and Anthony, you were flying in from the Hamptons so you could fire us. You were flying in from your European vacation because we were in trouble again. So I think that's why they hired people like Ryan Seacrest. Oh, you just hire them and you don't even have to worry anymore. But when you hired Opie and Anthony back in the day, you were on the edge of your seat because you knew, you would have to be coming back from something amazing to deal with our nonsense. So you know what? So maybe that's the way to do it. Hopefully, Jim and Sam will be replaced by better entertainment in 2024. At this point, man, you just go and listen to something else, Ken R. Right? Who cares? Who cares about those two fools? Jeff Parker. Every Christmas, another seagull loses a wing. Wait, that's not how the saying goes. No. Dude, I'm like, this is no way to start 2024. But then again, look at what happened in Japan. Oh my God! Look at the video from the earthquake in Japan. You got crows it looks like by the thousands. And before the earthquake hit, they knew something was up, and they're just squawking. Is that the word? They're just losing their minds, flying over the buildings in unison because they're like, "Oh no, something big is about to happen." But that's a hell of a start to a new year. Japan with a 7.6 earthquake. Oh my God. And then followed up, LA had a little taste. They had a 4.1 today, 4.1 earthquake. Pencil me in for 100 towards the 1 million. Oh, right. People have been asking me for a very long time, what is it going to take for an Opie and Anthony thing? I said one show, $1 million, and that's my $1 million. Anthony's going to want to be paid as well. So what Robert Spahn is saying, he will throw 100 towards the 1 million. The sea was angry that day. Yes, absolutely. Did anyone see the Green Day last night? I guess they changed the words to one of their songs. Basically, they slipped in MAGA. I forgot the original line. Whatever. I like Green Day. They performed on Opie and Anthony a couple times over the years. I like the guys. Their Dookie album, Just to Feel Old, is closing in on 30 years old. How is that? How is it possible that Green Day's album Dookie is 30 years old? My God, we were just kids. And Billy Joe, not Billy Joel, Billy Joe, the lead singer, he's only 51. So I guess that first album, Dookie, came out when he was just a kid of college years. I don't know if he went to college, but just a kid. But for the performance last night, they changed the words, and now everyone's just up and they're just losing their minds. I don't care either way. I don't care either way. I just don't. But that happened last night too. Tua had a brilliant year after all the concussions. Has the best weapons of the field too. Yeah, he does. Tua's one hit away from his whole career going bye-bye, though. That's what I don't like watching Tua, because you just know one more hit and he's done. He can't handle another concussion. But yeah, the Dolphins, they didn't look good yesterday, man. They got their ass handed to them by Baltimore. I want to say Baltimore, how they say Baltimore. Baltimore just killed them yesterday. Oh my God. Oh, John Courts, $9.99. Thank you, sir. Happy New Year, and don't worry about the Bills. You could always be an Eagles fan. Fly, Eagles, fly. I don't know about that. You know, if I don't have a team in it, I'm certainly not going to be bummed if the Eagles win a Super Bowl or anything like that, because, you know, it'll make a lot of people I know very, very happy, but I'm not. I can't. No, I can't. And I like you, John. You know I like you. You know, we're overdue for having a little cheers. We're a little overdue for that, John Courts. But I don't know if I can root for the Eagles. No, I don't think I can do that. You guys have some monster surf up there last week to 10 days ago? Yeah, Jacob. The old timers out here, they say that the ocean comes over the dune. I've been here and there out here for a while now. I've never seen it go over the dune, but the high water mark is significant, and it's right up against the dune. So I'm telling you, it was really close that the ocean was going to come over that dune, but it did not. But it was very, very significant. Yes. What's up, Hacks? Happy New Year. What do you mean you grew up? Some of the stuff, like, I don't really listen to old Opie and Anthony stuff. Sometimes I do because I'm looking for something, whatever. But it is quite rare. And some of the stuff I'm like, oh my God. There's a big chunk of my life and me being an asshole out there. Oh my God. And some of the stuff that I do listen back to, and I cringe a bit. I definitely cringe a bit. I don't know if I would be laughing at the Dick Clark thing as much these days. I don't know. I really don't. But that's all right. No regrets, right? A goddamn dog dedication. Yes. Well, that was the other dude, right? Casey Kasem. Good old Casey Kasem. What's up, Michelle? Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody that's just getting their days started, because you had a few wobbly pops last night. I hope your New Year's celebration was fun. There's nothing worth listening to on Sirius for the most part. I don't know. I mean, I do have Sirius again, but I don't really use it a lot. My go-to these days is Spotify. Spotify figured it out. And I would be saying this if I was working for Sirius XM. You know, where you could just go, I don't know, I want to listen. Like, I'm going to explain Spotify to you guys, but like recently I was like, I want to listen to Led Zeppelin deep cuts. Oh my God, I was not disappointed at all. So many songs I haven't heard in years that I love by Led Zeppelin. And then they're like, okay, how about we sneak a few other deep cuts from other bands in here? And it's just, I just love how they do that. Oh, it's just the best. Absolutely the best. Catering to the individual. You know, I try to tell Sirius that many, many times over the years. You know, you guys don't cater to the individual. This generation sucks, Hope. I'm part of it, and I'm ashamed. Well, you guys certainly have your problems there, Voss Yeti. You guys certainly have your problems. I think that one of the biggest problems this generation has, their humor stinks. It just stinks. You can't have any edge to your humor. Oh my God. Speaking of which, I was just watching, is it Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, or is it Trains, Planes, and Automobiles? Or it's definitely not Automobiles, Planes, and Trains. I know that. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and it was on AMC. And oh, they don't want to offend anybody. Nah, nah, nah. The movie was so chopped that we turned it off. I was excited. I'm like, I'm good to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles once a year. But it was so chopped, and they were getting rid of all this language and all this stuff. I'm like, this movie's unwatchable. And there was a time this movie was more than acceptable. It was even more than acceptable to run it on TV as is, more or less. Maybe you got to get rid of an F curse here and there, but in general. But now, man, they're chopping these movies to a point they're unwatchable and unrecognizable as well. My God. I got the Grateful Dead at RFK in 73 box set on vinyl for Christmas from my family. It is amazing. Oh, that sounds awesome. The Grateful Dead 72, 73. There's not much better. When you're going deep with your music, there's not much better than that, my friend. Enjoy that, Scott K. Enjoy that. Oh, but yeah, I told Sirius over the years, I'm like, people want to listen to more than one genre. Just because like having a classic rock station, okay, great. If you're an older person, you might want to listen to a couple classic rock songs, sure. If you're a younger person, maybe as a goof, some of these songs are popular again because of whatever, social media or what have you, or the song was in a movie. So you're like, yeah, I want to listen to a couple of these. But then you want to listen to other shit. And I tried to tell them, I'm like, serious. And I wanted to do that with a music show. I'm like, you need a channel where there's some classic rock, there's some alternative rock, there's some acid rock, maybe throw a little Dead in there. Well, you can't throw the Dead in with Coldplay. Yes, you can. And that's I think that's one of the biggest mistakes radio did, Sirius did, and Spotify's like, yeah, bitch, watch what we do. What do you got? All right. Oh, okay. You want some Led Zeppelin deep tracks? All right, watch what we do now. And they swerving a bit. Here, let me give you a little of this now. Oh, thank you. All right, we'll come back here because this is why you're here. All right, now we're going to go over here again. Oh, thank you. Of course, like people like listening to different genres of music all mixed together. Of course they do. We want more Opie at the ocean at 500 feet above the streets of New York City. And of course, catch him at Tuesdays at Get Parts. Yeah, I got 3 things. I just need one of them to hit. Will it be the Ocean Show? Will it be the live stream from my windowsill? Will it be the Tuesdays at Get Parts? But yeah, I got 3 very different things going on. So we'll see what happens in 2024. Maybe I'll try to work a little harder. Maybe I'll try to work just a little harder this year. People are going to lose houses on the beach next time Monster Surf happens. 100. When you get a house way out here like this, you just look. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm like, the guy, he's no longer there. He sold his house. He was 80 something, 80. I want to say about 86. Great guy. Solid. Right up until he was selling his house. He was a rock star out here. But I mean, age did not slow this guy down. But I would talk to him. He's an old timer. He's been having houses way out east here on Long Island forever, since like the 70s. He's like, oh yeah, this is the 3rd house. I had to rebuild my house. This is the 3rd house. It's not the house I started with. I lost 2 houses. This is my 3rd. So we all just kind of know that. But we put in enough time at this point. Like the memories, you can't beat that. And I guess we would just rebuild. But every time there's a storm, we all hold our breath. We check our security cameras if we're not around, and knocking on each other's doors or doing walkarounds. Everyone looks out for each other out here. It's a very tight, close-knit community. But every time there's a storm rolling through, we're all like, is this the one? We all got plywood under our houses to batten down the hatches. But you just know, if you live like this, that the odds are not good. The odds are not good. Pearl Jam and the Beatles stations on SXM. The Pearl Jam channel and the Beatles channel, Or are you trying to tell me they got a channel where they mix Pearl Jam and the Beatles? Because that would work. That's what I'm trying to say. Stuff like that would work. 100. I think that's where music is definitely moving towards. I really do. What's up, Chris Mack? How are you? Good to see you. We haven't had a Jake segment in forever. That's good content watching him move all over the place and interrupt at will. He sends me a link to be on his live stream twice a day. Yeah, I'll get Jake on. I just for no reason, but I'll get Jake on and others on. That's for sure. Fat checking in. To be fair, when you were on radio, you dealt with a lot of a-holes. What better way than to be one yourself? From an entertainment standpoint, it was the way. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I have no regrets, but some of the stuff we did in the past, I don't know if I could do nowadays. Oh, here comes the sneeze. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt up, way up in the upper chest. Oh my God. That one came out sideways. It's too cold. I think I should go inside, man. Happy New Year, open friends. Right on, Mike Long. Right on. This sucks. Please do something interesting. Okay, Facebook user. I'm not. We're not doing this in 2024. This doesn't suck. It's the first day of the. It doesn't suck. Why do I even click on you? I don't need to click on people like you. This doesn't suck. Turning this on, first day of 2024, to wish a bunch of people a happy New Year and throw down a little bit with some of the stuff. It's good. It's good enough. It's better than probably 90% of the garbage on SiriusXM if you want to know the truth. So shut your mouth. Shut it. I talked about the seagull with the one wing. Talked about Ryan Seacrest. I talked about the Green Day controversy. We got an Epstein list coming out in the next day or two. That's going to be a doozy, huh? Some of the people you love and support are probably going to be on that list, and it'll be very interesting how you handle that, because it's not going to be a bunch of high-powered celebrity people from one side of the spectrum. Oh no. These naughty people, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you're just naughty. And that ass Epstein, he had the goods for you. And those names are coming out any day. And it'll be really interesting to watch online, because some of the names on there are going to be like, but I was okay. I was okay when I thought it was Clinton, but now it's this guy. I'm not going to mention the guy. And now it's this guy was also on that plane. It'll be interesting how people handle all that in the coming days. If you don't know, the names are coming out. I guess the judge unsealed some documents, and names are going to be spilled out. We'll see, though. Oh, did you see how the Arizona Cardinals kicked the Eagles assessment? Quite an accomplishment. I love what you do for us. I don't know what this means. Opie, did you see how the Arizona Cardinals kicked the Eagles assessment? Quite an accomplishment. What does that mean? Well, the Eagles, I don't know. They're staggering to the finish line, but I think they'll be fine for the playoffs. They were unstoppable for like 3/4 of the year, and then I think they've lost 4 out of their last 5 games or something like that. But they'll be more than fine for the playoffs. They definitely will. How is the fishing now out east? We get that question a lot. There's no fish in these waters, although Brian Parnas swears there is. But it's this time of year the fish go bye, and they don't come back until like May. So it looks like, I know, it looks like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why don't you grab your rod? And trust me, over the years we've tried, and from Thanksgiving to maybe April, if you're lucky, mid to late April, there's nothing. And trust me, we have tried over the years out of just pure boredom, or because people are like, let's go fish. All right, I'll fish, knowing there's no fish. But then we'll put a little beach fire down there, some good tunes. So we're just hanging out in front of a beach fire as we throw in. That's absolutely a good time, no matter what. Opie Radio. Love planes, trains, and automobiles. Rest in peace, John Candy. John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, one of the greatest acting performances of all time. Yes. His vulnerability in that movie, his sensitivity in that movie, his comedy chops in that movie, how he delivered just epic dialogue in that movie. It's one of the greatest acting performance ever. But I don't know how many people see it that way because it's, technically it's in a comedy, and a lot of comedies don't get a lot of respect when it comes to great acting performances. Oh my God, you have to get the old DVDs or VHS to watch a classic now. Oh yeah, 100%. I talked about, I haven't talked about this in a while, and I'm sure you guys did the exact same thing I'm about to say. There came a time when, with all the streaming services, it got to a point where every single movie you could even imagine or think of, you could find online or on your TV. So I'm just like, this is great. And I had no less than a giant dresser, and then some, probably a box or two, filled with DVDs, filled VHS and DVD movies, all the class. I mean, you name it, I had it. And one day I was like, look, I don't watch these movies a lot, and if I want to watch any of these movies, they're on the TV. So I marched to the garbage chute in my building, and my DVDs and VHS collection, most of them, I kept a few. Some stuff I got autographed. Like I got my copy of Caddyshack, Animal House, some of the biggies, but most of them gone. I just threw them all in the garbage chute. They fell 500 feet through the chute to the bottom, and that was the end of my DVD/VHS collection. And then you're like, oh my God, if I want to see these movies the way they were intended to be seen, I need to watch them on DVD or VHS. Because depending on the streaming service, they got their own rules now. And I was like, oh, you're so dumb. Why would assume that they were going to do the right thing with all these movies? Anyway. But you are right. You are right. How many times have you, seen a movie on TV and you get excited to watch it because you're just laying around? I love Immature Ope. Many, many laughs for years. Thank you, Robert Spawn. And then you're like, oh God, oh my God, what? They're now just making up curse words because they can't use the original dialogue anymore. So they're fudgy pineapple or whatever the hell they would say instead of the actual word. Just stupid. Bobert is Opie. All right, Dave Wallace. Thank you for that. Reading some of these cold, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Google Podcasts is shutting it down in a couple months. Hacks. Yeah, I know. But they're moving it over to YouTube. YouTube is getting into the podcasting business. They're kind of in it now. So they're shutting down the Google Podcast and they're moving it into YouTube. They're really going to focus on that going forward. I don't know. I don't know where podcasting is going to go in 2024. I think the live stream is going to be king in 2024. I really do. Because the podcast market is just saturated. Everyone thinks they can do this. What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Yeah, the podcasting world is just so saturated with so many people that I think like live streaming is really going to, stand out. People that could just turn on a mic or a camera or both and just babble. A lot of these podcasters, they can't live stream. They stink at it. They could barely squeak out an hour a week, hour and a half a week. Oh my God, I talk about this with my wife and some people around me when I do talk about the old days. I'm like, these podcasters out there, they have one podcast that they put out a week and they think their shit don't stink. It's one lousy hour. Maybe if they go a little longer, they do 2 hours a week. Me and Anthony and beyond, but let's just focus on Opie and Anthony. We did no less than 20 to 25 hours of original material a week. A week. Let me break that down for you. Let's say, fair enough. Let's say, some of the great podcasters out there are giving you 2 hours a week. Fair enough. That would be 12 episodes that we would have done in 1 week of radio. 12 episodes or 12 weeks of content we did in 1 week. Oh God. Just ridiculous. Stern Small, whatever. People just don't know what it feels like to live out east. I am North Fork, but I just love it. Yeah, because you know, the city has too many people. It just has too many people to get to go way out here like this and just be at peace. I fell in love with like areas with not a lot of people because of my college years at Geneseo. Going to a small town college really spoke to me, and I never wanted to leave Geneseo. I was like, this is where I'm at. Small town living, that's me. And then the radio thing took off, and now you're in the biggest city, and people are living on top of each other. So the first chance I had to move away to nothingness and a lot less people, I grabbed that and ran with it. I don't know how or why you go to the city. We don't know anymore either, to be honest. We just we don't know. We don't know. I was there for the big job. When you have the big job and you have New York City, look, that's a really not a bad combination. Not a bad combination. But then when you lose the big job, then that city, you just realize how much it stinks. And if I had to hear one more time last night during the New Year's celebrations, the greatest city on earth, all us New Yorkers are like, no, it's not. It's not even close. Anywho, all right. Opie rules after Carl. What the hell is that, Dave Walls? What are you doing? What are you doing there, Dave? What are you doing? Good luck, Opie Radio. Always best views. Thank you, Honky Tonk, Tennessee. All right, chat. The Dave Matthews, I think that's Dave Matthews Band channel on Sirius does that. Plays different music the band likes in addition to their own cuts. All right, that's good. That's smart. That's really smart. But the day of just like, categorizing, music into genres is just stupid. I guarantee you were at a party last night, a bunch of you, and they were playing everything from, I don't know, old school rap to classic rock and roll, all just mixed in, and it just worked, and no one was complaining. Guaranteed people were just simply into it. To categorize, like, I came to your classic rock station because I heard Renegade by Styx. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I want to hear this. Now I don't want it followed up by another million classic fucking songs that I've heard a million times. No. We all do this. We just punching, trying to find individual songs. No one's sitting around anymore. The camera doesn't need any more moisture. I know. I got to go to the Apple store. Like, there's a smudge on my lens from my greasy fingerprint closing my laptop like this, and it's some kind of smudge. I've tried every type of cleaner imaginable, and I can't get rid of the smudge, the oil or whatever from my stupid fingertip wore away something, and it's made the quality really bad. And then I had another camera, but it was washing out my sunset behind me, so I chose to bail on that. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna just wrap up. I just wanted to say, hey, we're just laying around. I'll tell you why I turned this on, because I wanted to watch Planes, Trains, and Automobile. It was on TV, and we watched. It was the scene with what's her name in the at the airport, and she goes gobble gobble. The gobble gobble. Lady, she's on the phone talking to like a family member about Thanksgiving, and Steve Martin is just out of his mind, and then he gives her a talking to, and the language is quite salty, and it's a great scene. but they chopped it. You didn't even understand the dialogue. They had to chop it so much. It made no sense. I'm like, oh, forget it. And then I clicked on Shark Tank and it was like, oh God, I've seen this episode 5 times. I'm like, you know what? A live stream. I bet you there's a few people just laying around like myself. So I figured I would turn this on and say hi to a few people. Did you see the Detroit Lions debacle Saturday? Go Lions and go Michigan Rose Bowl. Yeah, I did. It seemed the ref met the ump, I guess, right? The ump, he messed up, right? He just effed up the Lions, changed their whole trajectory. I did see that. Because what, 70 was telling him that he was an eligible receiver, but 68 was also trying to say it or something like that. But the ump didn't see 68 say I'm an eligible receiver. Then they threw to 68. Do I got it right? I think so. Yeah, man. And the Lions look good. They haven't had a good football team. Well, they probably have had a good team the last couple of years, I guess. But I stopped paying attention to them a million years ago when we were stuck with the Lions every Thanksgiving. Oh, we got to watch the Lions. It's tradition. And put a bad taste in all our mouths. But it's good to see that they got a decent team nowadays. All right, I was going to go, but Leo Gunn. Damn, Leo, one of mine. I turned Leo Gunn. Thank you, Leo. He just gifted 10 memberships to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. Grab those really, really fast, okay? Grab them, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Dave, why? Why you, like, Dave, for real, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you going into 2024 with this just terrible, toxic attitude? Why are you doing that, Dave? How about in 2024 you try to do things a little differently? How about that? All right. Did everyone grab their gifts? Yeah, Dave Wallace was banned and their comments were removed. Yes, he was. He's gone. We're just not dealing with as much of that in 2024. Like, why? It's just stupid. The easiest thing to do is to just hate online. It's there's nothing special about it. We've all done it. We all do it. There's nothing special about it. It's much more challenging to try to be interesting online without doing the hate thing. What do I know? All right, guys, I want to go. I'm freezing. I am absolutely freezing. Fluffhead, good evening. Fluffhead, we're leaving though, brother. Andy Volin. All right, guys. I don't know. Kid's got a few more days off, so I don't know when I'm going to live stream. I should start a little later, right? Maybe try to pick up some new people. So maybe I think the live stream is going to be a little all over the place until we go back into a schedule when the kids go back to school. When the kids go back to school, it's a lot easier. I wake up, I do my live stream, I wake them up, I get them to school. It's a good schedule. But with them off, maybe I'll try to start. Maybe I'll do them the next few days, like at I don't know, 7:30 instead. All right. Love you, bro. Well, love you, Fat. Thank you, brother. Let's do a Pennsylvania. Sorry, it's getting cold out here. Let's do a Pennsylvania meetup at a tavern for the people. I would do that. If you guys can figure out a meetup in Pennsylvania, I would do that in a second. Try to make it sort of close to the Philly area. If not, that's fine. But I would do that in a second. I want to get up to Boston, do a little meetup in Boston would roll. We're going to do another meetup at Gephardt's for the private Facebook group very, very soon. To become a member of my my Facebook group and join a great group of people. Whatever. 6 a.m. is when I want to start the streams. That's how I start my day, brother man. Well, we'll be back at that. Oh, 6? Oh, you want me to go even earlier? I could do that. All right, I'll figure all that out, Robert, because it's about me and you. There's Leo, one of mine. Happy New Year, Open chatters. Cheers, Leo. You stay with us. If you watch other live streams, I don't care, but give us a little taste. You're good energy, Leo. You're good energy. All right. Comedy Small Bites, biggest podcast in 2024. Aldo says. Well, we got a long ways to go on that now, don't we? That's my second podcast. It's called, and you guys are rolling your eyes. We now. Well, how about you download an episode and help the kid out? Give me a few extra clicks. But my second podcast is called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie, and you can find that wherever you get your damn podcasts. All right, it's my other podcast. I got 2 podcasts out. By the end of the year, I think I'll have no podcasts. I think I'm going to tap out of the podcasting world and just live stream. I think that's what I want to do. But maybe I'll keep the second one going because it's more of a clip show based on all some really, really funny clips from my other podcast. All right. Bama going to win. Well, go Bama then. Go Bama. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for checking this out. We will all I want is live streams. Yeah, right on. Yeah, but I need to like pump them up. I've been saying this for a while, but I need to bring people. Well, we bring people on the Tuesdays to get parts, so we've pumped that up. But we'll figure it all out. All right, guys, have a great night. For real, Happy New Year. And we'll talk sometime tomorrow, okay? Have a great